90 kilometers on the highway using self-drive on the XPeng in version 5.8. So today I took my XPeng to the highway. I made 45 kilometers one way and back another 45 kilometers, and I tried to test all about self-drive. So co-piloting, LCC, ACC, everything, auto lane change, manual takeovers, everything. You will see not only good things, improvements that the car has comparing with previous versions, but also some mistakes that still reside on the car. You will see slowdowns. You will see even on a straight line a brake slowdown. I don't know how you want to call it. You will see a decision that the car made that I believe it was not the best when we entered in a construction zone and we had a continuous line. The car didn't want to auto change the lane, so he almost went through the construction area and I had to intervene. So on this video I want to show everything. What can happen wrong, what is performing very well, and what still needs to be improved. So it's going to be a longer video, I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to have less cuts so that you could exactly see what happened during this amount of kilometers, instead of just cutting some parts that I believe they could be cut, but I wanted you to be sure that I am showing everything. So let's go and see the video. Many people said that the new version did improve a lot of things, but there are also many people that believe that the new version, the 5.8, did not bring any improvements, and even it is worse. So I am entering right now on the highway and I will activate now self-drive. To do that, pressing 2 times on the stalk, and the car is already in self-drive. And as we are still below 80 kilometers per hour, I am in co-drive. What this means is that you will see here on the screen, let me put the screen bigger here. You will see in the screen here that every time that I micro adjust, it will show here a message saying that I am in co-driving mode. So basically the CoPilot, what it does is it will try to keep in the lane. It will manage the ACC as normally on self-drive, but it is much smoother than to help me and to let me adjust or micro adjust the decision. So for instance, now I will just move and I am already in the highway and still in self-drive, and now I am increasing the speed to 120 using the stalk that is the speed limit on this block of highway. So the car is now on 120, is doing the adjustment of the speed based on the car in front of me. I am reducing now the speed because we are going to leave this highway and enter in a different one. So I need to adjust here the speed. So now I am again in co-pilot mode, as you can see here. So the car is controlling in self-drive, but I am micro adjusting here the speed because we are now going to enter in a very tight turn, and I will try to do it without braking. So I do expect that the car helps me here. Let's see what happens, because it's not an easy task now, because I am at 50 kilometers per hour and now it's 40. So I will adjust. The car is braking by itself because of the turn. I think that it was too much, okay? But be careful. I did adjust it to the 40 kilometers per hour. So the car did adjust the speed to 40 kilometers per hour. So the reduction may be caused by me. So I am still on co-pilot mode, as you can see. So now I am speeding again. I am speeding with the wheel drive because the speed limit here is still 60, and I want to enter in the highway that it's 120, and I will try to do it without taking out the self-drive. So let me just go here, back to the highway, and we will let now the system take control again. So I will now adjust the speed again with the stalk to 120, that it's the maximum speed of this highway. And again, the car is controlling based on the car in front of me. So I will do now an auto lane change, but I still have plenty of cars in front of me, so I will not be able to go through them. So I will try to speed a little bit. So I will do a lane change here, manual in this case, and I just left everything and the car just picked up where I was and now is just speeding up because my speed is still set to 120. I will try to do now an auto lane change in a turn, in a curve. Let's see what the car does. No problem with that. Middle lane now. 120, no slowdowns until now. So it looks okay. So we are almost ending the second highway. And we are going to enter in another one. So we will have to control again the speed to see if we can manage to leave this highway and enter in the other one without taking out the self-drive. So again, the car is performing at 120. It's doing the turns without any problem at all. No slowdowns until now. So I will now try to move to the other lane because in a couple of kilometers we will leave. Let's see how the car handles. And now I will just increase the distance to this truck. So let me put this end on free. So currently I have it on free. It seems the same. Okay, now he's leaving, letting the car go away. I am just slowly increase the speed. No, but okay, giving more space. So this is free. Yeah, I think this is already a very secure distance to the car in front of us at free. Okay, let me already adjust the speed to 100. It's done. And now we will leave. So I will reduce to 80 with my wheel drive here so that we can start co-piloting again. And let me just check. So I will just adjust a little bit. And as you can see, we are in co-pilot mode. So I will keep it at 80, even though that the speed is 60, because we have this truck in front of us that it's already going very slow. So I will leave the car doing this part. But as I said, we are in co-pilot, so we could be adjusting this and helping the car because we are now in share mode. So as you can see, I am at 80, the speed limit is 60, but I am driving at 56 because of this. So I will now reduce again to 1, and I should get closer. Let me remember you that I am in sport mode with X pedal on, and we are now driving and speeding up to 80. Okay, I am increasing because again, the speed limit is still 80, but we are already in the highway. So let me already put 120 here, and let's go. And we manage again to go from one highway to the other without disconnecting self-drive. And we are continuing here our trip. So let me change again the lane. So I will just press the stalk and the car will do it by himself. And now we have a turn and the car is performing well. Now we are going to enter in 100 kilometers zone. So I will activate the 100. The slowdown is too much, but I believe that it was because of the turn and not the reduction of the speed. So I will try to have this reduction of speed in a more straight line. so that we can see if the reduction of speed from 120 to 100 automatically done by the stalk, if it's this hard, because I believe that it's very abrupt, okay? So I'm now at 120, let's adjust again the speed, and the car is now speeding up. And even on the speeding up, I think it is very, but I am in sport mode, so I don't know if these will change. So I will try to, on the way back, try to experiment using, for instance, standard mode or eco mode to see if there is a difference on these speeding up and reducing speed in the highway. So we are still at 120. We are at 120 speed limit zone. So we have now a turn in front of us. So let's see how the car performs. So this highway is the one that I try many times, the slowdowns, but it's on the way back. So we will try that after, but we will do it still today so that you can see some slowdowns, because at least there are two places where the car still slows down a lot, and I will show you. But for now, the car is performing well. Let me already do something. Let me put this on 130. So I am already over the speed limit, okay? You should not do this, but it's just to try now very quickly the car. So I will just make myself ready for anything. Let's see this first turn. The car it was not scared with this car moving in front of us, because it is in fact doing it in more speed than us. Let me already go to the next lane, because we have a car in front of us and it's going slower. We are still at 130. The car is performing well at this speed. It seems that we have a lot of traffic now in front of us, but let's keep it like that. Let's see how the car handles. So now we are going to enter in a 100 kilometers per hour zone, okay? I will long press, I will adjust. Let's see how the car handles now. So he is reducing, but it is slow, so it is okay. Let me just change lane, because there is already cars behind me. And let's see how he performs now at this 100 zone at 100 speed. And comparing with the other one, that it was very abrupt, the slowdown, this was very smooth, so it was okay. So I believe that before it was a slowdown because of the turn. Now we are again in a 120. So this highway, it's very crazy, lots of turns, lots of changes in speed. So that's why I usually use this one to make the tests, because it's not an easy one. The last time that I used in going, for instance, for Algarve, the car performs very well on self-drive, almost no slowdowns, because it is a very straight line highway. So now we have a bus in front of us. Let's make a change in lane. And let's see how the car performs now, because we are going to have a very tight curve here and on the side of a bus. Let's see how the car performs here. Seems good for now. not getting scared. So this was something that in the beginning, when I made my initial videos on self-drive, if you go back and see, the car got scared with bikes, cars moving around us, and was braking also or slowing down when there were other cars around us. And now it is just ignoring. So this is something that in fact improved since the beginning of the videos that I was making on self-drive. So I'm again changing lane. So guys, I am still in self-drive, didn't disconnect it since I entered in the highway, and you are seeing everything. So now we are in a 100-kilometer zone. I will update the speed. The car is slowing down and also controlling with the speed of the... And it is, sorry. So you already know what this means, is that the car requests us to put our hands on the wheel, but I am trying to, usually I do self-drive like this, okay? I am always with the hands on the wheel because I feel also comfortable like this. But as I am trying to show you that I am not doing anything, I am trying to put my hands here, and then the car just complains that I don't have the hands on the wheel. So let me increase now the speed again. So I get here a message on the dashboard, and I believe that also on the main screen, saying that I can activate with the stalk the new speed limit. Let's see how the car performs now, because this guy is going to enter in front of me, or not. Okay, I made the change of lane, okay, because I was not confident that the guy was going to do the things correctly, and better be safe than dumb. But this was also good to show you that you can overtake the system without any problem, and then the system will overtake again the control without any issue. And I am just showing you, so I will try to do this video without any cuts. It will be a bigger video, but I prefer like that because in this way you can see that I am not editing a mistake or editing a problem. I will show you everything today. So 45 kilometers one way, 45 kilometers the other way, and I will show you everything. Slowdowns, problems, mistakes, whatever. Okay, a slowdown here, as you can see. So it is a 120 zone. So we are entering in a 100 zone, but the car did slow down a little bit before, if you saw. So I just adjusted again to 100. So let me be very honest and frank with you guys. I am adjusting the speed to the limits because I don't want people to say it happened already. That, oh, okay, there is a slowdown, but you were above the speed limit. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes it's true, but the reality is that even though that the speed limit is 120 or 100, you could make that turn without slowing down. So today I'm just trying to show you that even at the speed that the car or the speed limit that were defined by someone here. So now it's 80. So let me adjust. So we are leaving now the highway. So I will end this session, okay? Okay guys, so I positioned the camera in a different way because now I have also my kids in the car. So where the camera was, it would not be possible to show the wheel drive on the screen. So I position it in a different way. And as I said, we are now going to do the return trip, and we will try again all the self-driving, but on the first part of the highway, we will test more the slowdowns. And then on the second part, I will show you a bit of how to overtake the system when it is active to then execute some maneuvers that you may wish to do. And with that, I think we will cover everything from the self-drive perspective. So I will activate now the self-drive. It's active now. And I will now just raise already the speed to 80. So I'm using the wheel here, 90. So now I will activate using the stalk, so 120. Now this first one is 80 kilometers per hour, even though that the system says 120, but in fact is 80. Now it is 80 saying, so there is here a non-reliable information. And here we are again. So let me adjust again the speed to 100, that it's the speed of this section. And now the car is slowing down because of that speed correction. And we are now driving at self-drive in the speed that is defined. Pedro, está a gravar, não está? So now we are in a 120. I have activated the stalk and the car is now accelerated. So again, let me change, as I said before, let me change the control here of the drive to eco mode. Let's try. Oh, I cannot. Okay. So I cannot change while I am driving with the self-drive on. So, okay, let's do it in sport mode as it was. But I promise I will do then a different video to see if this adjustment of speed is as abrupt as it is on sport mode if we have it on a different mode. So let me change here the lane. And we are still at 120. So until now, no slowdowns. But I think in this one we will have one. I'm not sure if it is on this one. No, it did well. So let's change now back to the right lane. Now we are entering 100 zone, so let's adjust again. And it's adjusted. It is slowing down, as you can see, but is to adjust to the speed that was defined. So no issues here. Let's see how the car performs on this one. So it is slowing down, as you can see. So from 100 to 86. And now speeding up again. That one is a tough one because you don't even see the full spread of the curve. So it is in fact very tight one, but it is possible to do it at 100 and even 120. But now we are doing this with the speed limits that are defined by the roads itself. So, and as you could see, there was a slowdown from 100 to 80 something. So let me just move to the other lane. So again, I still consider that the auto lane change is much faster than it was on the 5.6.5 version. It's much faster to react, to analyze the situation and decide to execute the maneuver. So for me, there is no doubt that it's much better. It was improved. Now, as you can see, there are some micro adjustments here on the speed. So 120 to 119, 20 again, 17, 20. But it's okay. I don't feel it. I know that it's doing these micro adjustments because I am looking at the screen. Another turn here. So now we are going to have a section here on the highway that it's under construction. Now let's adjust the speed again to 100. I will not adjust to the speed of the construction zone, so I will leave it at 100 or at the speed that it's defined at that part. So the car did detect the 80. Okay, information. Let me see. Okay, here is a problem because as you saw, I tried to make the lane change, but it was a forbidden section. So there was a continuous line and the car doesn't do lane change when there is that situation, but then there was the construction. So I had to intervene to make the maneuver by myself, and then the car just picks up again on the situation. But there was no issue with the construction itself, with the speed of or the getting scared with the construction zone. But you saw the situation where just relying on self-driving is not always perfect, because as you could see, construction zone made us change lane in a place where there was, like in here, a continuous line, and the car reads the lines, as you can see here in the screen. Now it is possible to make the changes, but when there is a fixed line, the car will not initiate the lane change. It will wait for the possibility to do that. And in that case was a little bit strange, because we had then to move by ourselves. So of course that in a situation of a full self-drive, it should be implemented priority. So in that situation, the car should know what would be the priority. And in this case, I would believe that a construction area where some area is not possible to be, so because of the cones or whatever, you need to forget the fixed line and go through it. But it's I don't know how the system should perform in these type of situations, to be honest.
cresce sem pai, trauma. Filho que cresce com pai, traumatismo.
Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, it's on this place that the car will slow down again. I will adjust now to 100. Okay.
In 1 kilometer, keep right to take the A8 toward Lisbon.
So we are going to change now the highway, and on the next section I will, as I said before, show you guys how to overtake the system and then resume back so that we could do some maneuvers. So I will try to exemplify a couple of things so that you guys see how the system behaves when we overtake and then resumes back when we release the controls. Okay, so now we are in moving from one highway to the other.
Keep right.
So I will leave the speed at 100, even though that this is a 60 speed limit. But as I am behind a truck, I am more or less being controlled by the speed of it. Let's see how the car handles also that. And here we are. So we are now on the new highway. So let's wait for the speed limit to be adjusted. I am still at 100. Now we see here 120. I will adjust it. It's 120. And now we could start again just doing the speed. So I could just do an auto lane change, but now I will overtake and I will just speed up a little bit. It says here that I am now doing stuff. I moved and now I can release again and the car will speed to 120. So I overtake it, I made the lane change, and then I left the car to the rest. Okay? So the only thing that you cannot do is brake, because braking will stop self-drive. All the rest you can do. So instead of doing auto lane change, you can just move the wheel and the car will let you do that. There is also a difference on that, because before, for instance, I will do now without even making a signal. You should not do that, but I will just move and the car will then resume back. And before, on the previous version, this was much difficult to do because the car would fight a little bit with you. So now it is much easier to move from self-drive or assisted self-drive to a manual overtake and do some maneuvers based on that. Okay? Now we will do the different thing, that is I have speed up the speed at 120. Now I am going above that, making here overtake about these cars. Well, I have some cars in front of me. The car is showing that. So this highway is a little bit more messy. So I can release now and the car will speed up. But what I wanted to show you, it's a different thing. So I will now speed up a little bit. So more than 120, that it is defined. The car is still controlling the lanes. Okay, I am just controlling the speed, but the car is controlling the lane. And now I will release and the car will resume controlling the speed. And I will do just a lane change here. So as you can see, moving from assisted self-drive to manual, resuming back, the car is now braking because of this guy that came in front of me. So it is possible to do all these things with the self-drive turned on. And this is, of course, assisted self-drive. So you need to be in control, you need to be doing some stuff. So we are now at 100 zone and we have a speed control in front of us, as you can see here. So the system also gives us this information. So with this, we are sure that we are not going to get a ticket. We will have now a tough situation. Let's see if we can manage to do it without braking, that it's exiting this highway to the last section. That is a very small one, but it has a very tough turn that controlling the car with that, it's complicated. But I will show you what we can do and see if we manage to do it. So we are still at 100. So we are going to exit now. So you saw there was a slowdown here and I don't even know why, but it felt strange. So a mistake, obviously. So I will now reduce to 80 here. We are already slower than 80 because of the cars in front of us, but I will already reduce to 80 because we are going to leave here.
Keep right, then keep right.
Okay, I will now move. Okay, reduce more. I will try to put it at 65. Let's try to do this at 65. So now we are in self-drive CoPilot, but as you see, the car is afraid to do this turn at more than 45. So the speed limit here is 40, but the car did reduce to 45 even if I had it at 65. Okay, of course you can control then the speed and fight a little bit with the car, even if the car is trying to do by itself at 40, you can then just press the accelerator and compensate that by yourself, okay? So now I'm moving here again to this place. I will activate now with the stock 120 and the car will resume back the self-drive at this final section of the highway and of our trip. Okay, so we are about to leave the highway. I will try to do it until the toll. But here, of course, I will need to reduce speed using the wheel here on the wheel drive. Let me put at 80, but I have again a car in front of me, so I am even slower than this. So I am putting 80 because it's usually the speed limit on the initial part of the exit. Okay, now I will do the exit. I will now compensate, okay? So I will not let now the car slow down because he's afraid of the turn. I will compensate, so I am on co-driving and I am compensating the 40 that the car will try to put here. And I will do now just my normal stuff, okay? And now I can just release again and the car will resume back. So I am now speeding up with the wheel, okay? You could speed up with your feet, of course, but I am making it so that the car does it by himself. And I will move now to the other lane, still in co-driving, as you can see. And now I will reduce again the speed because we are going to go through the toll gate. So this is it. This was the video that I planned to do. I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if you saw it until the end. If you did so, very good, because I know it's a long video. So probably you didn't saw and you are not seeing me already. So you are not going to see this. But I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. If you like this type of content, just subscribe. Leave your like, leave your comment. Let me know what you think about the 5.8 because I know that many people see improvements. Many other people are not seeing the improvements on the car. So let me know what is your feeling, what did improved, what still needs to be improved, what even went backwards in terms of functionality. Let me know everything in the comments and I thank you again and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.